Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back, Learn to be Filipino. If you guys are new here, thank you for joining me. You could have been anywhere else on this platform, but you chose my channel. So with that, I'm very, very grateful. Today I want to have a real honest conversation. Just me talking from experience. I've been living in the Philippines for almost a decade now. I've seen good, bad, and everything in between when it comes to dating here in the Philippines as a foreigner. And I'm gonna say something that needs to be said. Foreign men, some of them, not all, are slowly ruining the dating scene here. I know this sounds like a bold statement, but stick with me because I'm going to explain it from real experience. You see, I run a large expat community here, and we talk about this stuff all the time. So as you guys may know, I've dated here, married a Filipina. I've been involved in relationships, met incredible women, and seen how the dating landscape has changed since I first got here. Now, don't get me wrong, most Filipinas are amazing, independent, and hardworking, loyal women. My own wife takes care of our family, her family, and honestly, she doesn't need any of my money. In fact, there are tons of women here doing it all. There are plenty of women here that support their whole family. That is something I've always preached about. But you know what messes it up? It's the foreign guys who come in like kings, trying to buy love with their wallets. Let's talk about the rich foreigner image. Here's the thing. The minute you step into the Philippines as a foreigner, people assume you're rich. Even if you're just living on a modest pension, disability, or a basic remote job, you're seen as wealthy. Why, you might ask? It's because of the guys showing up here and throwing money around like it's nothing. Don't get me wrong, the first 3 months I've lived here, I went to the motor shop and I bought a 96,000 peso motor. People thought I was rich. I've seen it myself. Some guy lands in Mactan Island or Manila Airport, and within a week, he's already renting out a 3-bedroom condo in BGC or Makati, buying a motorbike or SUV, taking his new girlfriend on beach trips every weekend, sending her family allowance, building her a house in the province, and they've only known each other for like 6 months to a year. Bruh, you need to slow it down. And that leads me to my next point in how dangerous is it spoiling too fast? And look, I get it guys. You're excited. You met someone beautiful, kind, feminine, everything you felt you was missing in the West. But this isn't Disney. This is real life. And a lot of you guys are older guys and you're finding women out here that are 25 and 30 years younger than you. I understand. But when guys come and spoil their woman too fast, without understanding their background, their culture, their family dynamic, what they are really doing is setting unrealistic expectations, not just for your own relationship, but for all of us. Look, I'm not rich myself. I make modest money. I make enough for me and my family, and that's comfortable for us. But now, the next foreign guy that wants to meet, maybe he's just a retired vet or someone living off $1,200 a month, she'll expect him to pay for everything too. Not all women will expect this, but of course there's a clear trend out there, and it's slowly destroying dating for us modest salary people. I've heard of a guy in the expat forum after like 4 months, sent her money and her family money, and bought a lot for her in Boracay Island. And at that point, the bar has been set. I'm talking about sky high. See, there's something called the foreigner savior complex. It's when a lot of these guys come to the country thinking that they can save a situation. Like they are here to rescue their woman from the life in the province. That's a dangerous mindset because although there are amazing women here, there are a few that might want to scam you. They might want to do these things to you. But on the other hand, there are these women that don't need savings. They work hard. A lot of them become OFW, teachers, nurses, engineers, caregivers, you name it, they do it. They don't need any parts of you. So when a foreigner shows up acting like a knight in shining armor and starts throwing money into her life without even knowing her fully, he's not just being generous. He's building a fantasy that can collapse at any moment. So let's talk about the scams because they do happen and a lot of you guys complain about it. Frankly, there aren't enough videos on YouTube explaining these things. So let's be real. There are women who will take advantage of that fantasy. Not most, but enough that it gives dating here a bad reputation. You've all heard the stories. Foreign guy builds a house in her name, buys her a car, opens a business in her name, only to find out a year later, she's got a cousin who's really her ex-boyfriend living in the same house. There was a story about that about a year after I had moved here, and it was actually a friend of my wife. She had a boyfriend, she was dating a guy, her boyfriend actually took their multicab, took her and her foreigner boyfriend all around the island, and come to find out the driver of the multicab was actually her boyfriend. Now, I'm the first person to not paint any woman out here, but the reason it happens so often is because so many foreign men don't vet, don't ask questions, and don't take their time. They're so enamored by the young women that they can get here. how they can come here and relive their youth almost effortlessly for some of these guys. I would never hate on the game, but it's the bars that we set. But here is where it starts hurting. The rest of us guys who live modestly, who aren't trying to buy a relationship, if you're a guy here who wants a real connection, love based on loyalty, friendship, compatibility, suddenly you're seen as cheap if you don't offer money right away. Not in all cases, but somebody will talk behind your back and say, "You are maarte," or laog. These are words that you might hear. She might even say, "My last foreign boyfriend gave me 30,000 pesos a month for my family." And you're thinking, I don't spend that on myself. A sincere guy who may be saved up just to come here, who wants a partner, not a financial dependent, is being judged against that high spending foreigner. It's mostly the guys that I mentioned trying to relive their youth. I don't want to downplay anybody, but there's something about a midlife crisis. Those guys who come here that are 55 and older, sometimes fresh off a divorce, and they want to feel young again. So they date a 22-year-old, and instead of building something real, they try to buy her loyalty. They think that if they spend enough, she won't leave. But they forget one thing. Money doesn't build loyalty. It's all about the character. And at the end of the day, that girl might break his heart, take his money maybe, and then he's crying on the expat forums to all the other foreigners in there, and then the stereotype and narrative keeps rolling along. And the ones who don't understand the culture, the close family ties, the way relationships develop here, they often end up used, brokenhearted, or broke. You've guys seen it. There's tons of homeless expats here. But the truth is that most of us aren't rich. This is the truth. Foreign men in the Philippines aren't wealthy. They are retirees, veterans, digital nomads, remote workers. They got a simple life, just like a lot of people here. But the moment they start dating, they're compared to guys who throw 2 million pesos at a girl in 6 months. And that ruins it. It really does. Not just for the guy, but for the whole dating culture. I like to take a better approach, and that's why I'm here, guys. I like to give you guys a different insight on how things could be done based on my experience. So what should we do differently is always take your time. That's the obvious answer. Get to know the person, who she's around. If you're thinking about staying here long term, you want to vet every situation. Be honest about your finances from day one. Build yourself slowly, and you know that love isn't a sprint. It's more like a marathon, and I've learned that myself here. Don't always lead with money, throwing it around. Respect everybody here in the culture, because you'll find out here that you don't need money to be happy. The people here will teach you that. So with that, guys, I've been here for almost 10 years. I love this country. I love the people. I love the women. They are just amazing. Almost every woman you see around here is beautiful. Let me know if I'm wrong. But if we as foreign men don't stop throwing money around like it's candy and start acting with more respect, more patience, more wisdom, we'll keep ruining something beautiful. Dating in this country, dating in the Philippines. Because dating in this country can be amazing, incredible, but only if it's based on love, trust, and mutual understanding, not pesos. Don't sell everything back home. Don't set your bars too high, because you'll only be considered one thing here, that rich foreigner. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this happening. Have you experienced this yourself? Let's talk about this, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Know you used to love me. I know you got some